One of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I start day trading? So what me and my mentor Bao did for our viewers on YouTube is create a free mentorship course that reveals our 12 secrets that every single brand new day trader should know before they get started. But please take note that there is limited seating every single week. So please reserve your spot at myinvestingclub.co. The link is in the description.
What's up, guys? Happy weekend. I wanted to make a video basically talking about the 30% rule and how to add to a winner. I think that there's a lot of confusion on it. I know I made a few videos. I know Alex talks about it, but I wanted to do my best to kind of give you guys a much better visual. So I'm gonna try that here. So these were my fills from the FTFT, and let's go over them. Such an unprepared piece of shit. All right. So basically at this point, the stock tanked. Now the key here was going to be patience. I know Alex was waiting for $9.50, the $half number, and $10 to scale. My thought was, and $9.50, obviously with someone like Alex, it's very easy for him to use his size accordingly, and he knows what he's doing. For me, I was still a little scared, so I said, the market's been crazy. I'm going to put my orders near 10. So I placed some fantasy orders. My first orders were 983 and 993. And I actually had a 1023 order, and I just missed it by 3 cents. So it was pretty frustrating. I had a feeling they were going to try to jam it through 10. But anyways, so that was my 30% size. So I was basically adding like 10%, 10% to give me like a 10.05 average was my idea. My stop was basically now on the stocks that are this priced, you have to adjust your size, right? I'm not using the same size I use on a $5 stock. Stocks with that are this volatile, you have to use a less size and be okay with the range. So basically for me, my stop was a reclaim of 11. So I was basically giving it $1 on my 30% size, which again it's a number to me that I'm comfortable using. For example, like if you use max size 1,000 shares, whatever it is, on the front side you're scaling in 100 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares. That's it. So and that's you adjust your risk. If you only want to risk $150, then you know 1050 is your stop. But I try to leave my stops where my trade thesis is invalid. And to me, if the stock breached 11 again, it wouldn't have made me comfortable. So I had a hard stop kind of sitting up there that allowed me to sit, relax, be comfortable, and do whatever. So then what happened next? Right off the bat, we had this massive fail from 10, right? So now I'm in the driver's seat with 30% size, and Alex kind of said, and I agreed, that under $9, which basically was like kind of coupled with this VWAP area, 920, under $9, the stock is dead. It's game over, right? So what does that mean now? Now, if you are going to add to your full size, right? I only add full size into winners. Yeah, that's it. I don't scale into losers. I've done it a handful of times in my career, and those are the handful of times of my biggest losses. Imagine if you're scaling into this, your big size, you're even 1,000 shares. You do 1,000 here, you give it $1 range, boom, you're done, right? You lose $1 on max size. So the only time I'm adding to a winner is truthfully when I'm already in a position and I'm in the driver's seat. And a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm recycling. So for example, on this stock, we had a quick wash down to like this VWAP-ish area where I took some off and then added back on the pop into this 940, 950 line that I had drawn previously. So I had a 30% size with, like a 970s, 980s, somewhere in there, like that average, right? And basically what my thought was okay, this stock has not only below 9, a ton of meat, right? Because think about it, the next real support line, if you draw your lines out, the next real support line I saw was like kind of this like 860, right? Like this 860 line. So perfect. So so we go through it. The stock is below VWAP. If it breaks some major support, tons of bag holders, you can add to your full size knowing that you have an edge. In statistically, the odds are in your favor because of all of those defining factors I just said. So Alex said, below 9, this thing's toast. Why? Because it's a major support for this bounce here. It is a whole dollar number below VWAP, so that made sense. So as we breached 9, I hit the bid, right? When I hit the bid, I don't really give a shit. Like, I do 10 cents below the bid, because if I want to get in, I want to get in. I'm not going to cry over pennies, to be honest. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned over time, especially as you try to trade bigger. If you complain over pennies, you are going to have a very hard time getting fills, getting in, getting out, etc. So I hit the bid at 9, and at this point, I actually had already pre-put some covers scattered down to here from below this. So that way, I could slowly scale myself out. Now, this is where it gets tricky. When you add to your full size, right, you need to have a number in your head, again, that you are comfortable losing. If your max size is 1,000 shares and you're only comfortable losing $500, you know your stop has to be maximum 50 cents away, right? But you can't, in my opinion, just do a stop based on a dollar loss. That's not how I do it, and I think as a momentum trader, like, it's hard to do that. I only place my stops where the trade thesis is wrong. Break of high of day, break of previous resistance, break of a key level, etc., right? Break of VWAP, all of that. So when you add to full size, you need to be comfortable with that distance of range and dollar risk that you could lose if the trade was wrong. So I looked at this and said, okay, I'm going to use my max size at a break of 9, and I'm going to basically, my average was brought down to about a 940, 950 average, right around here after the ads and the covers and all that. So I had a 940, 950 average. So I'm just going to make this purple, pink, so you can see that. So that was about my average. And I said, I'm going to stop out on a break of 10. I was comfortable risking 50 cents on my max size for this stock of this range.
Hey guys, my name is Tosh Bradley. I'm one of the head mentors and moderators at My Investing Club. If you have any questions about getting started in trading, getting started in MIC in general, text me at 213-458-5997. This is not a robot. It is me directly on the other end of my business line, and we'll get you in the club. We also have special promotions going on that I can get to you depending on your trading needs. Hit me up. Back to the video.
To give myself the wiggle room to not only be afraid if it bounces, but be comfortable with the loss if taken wrong. I go into a trade, I'm like, I already think I could lose. It's not a problem. I have the confidence, but I'm okay taking the loss. So we recap. Range below major support to add to full size. A set stop that I'm comfortable losing that amount. I'm not fighting for pennies, and the odds are in my favor. So I slammed 9, right? You can see right here, I had 9 and 9.11. I just started kind of hitting the bid because I felt, and over time, people always ask, how do you know? Honest to God, comes from screen time, and this is the art of trading that's hard to teach, but it comes with it. And with good teachers like the guys at MIC, and like you gotta listen to guys like Harry about tape and everything like that, you do pick up the nuances, and you feel sometimes when the tape's heavy or it's making the move you want it to. And it's not always 100%, but you get there. So basically I hit the bid at 9, 9.11, 9. Like I said, bring my average to around in the 950s. And I had orders scattered all the way to the 860 line. Yes, it went a lot lower without me, but I trade line to line, and I didn't want to get greedy. On max size, getting around a dollar move, I'm going to take that every single day. I'm not going to complain about it, and I'm not going to bitch about it. I'm not going to think about it. So all I did from there was I had my orders. I got filled at 888, 83, 70, and 57. So I scaled myself out very cleanly. I wanted to use the liquidity and all the volume in this big kind of like wash here to get out. And that was it. As simple as that. Alex did a fantastic job talking about this live. I screenshotted it because I thought it was very well said. Let me pull it up here. All right. He said, reminder, it said 1031. Reminder, on FTFT, I used 30% size while I scaled in capital letters, so that when it broke, I was calm to add. So I had a 30% size around a 950 average, then went to 100% size at 9 average. I tried to guide real time as well. Basically, if you go back through main chat from Friday, he basically, both of us were kind of talking about how we're adding and why and where, right? Adding to full size is a privilege. It doesn't happen every day, but there's a lot of factors you have to couple with it. And I think I kind of tried to outline those in this video for you guys to understand, right? Not every trade warrants full size. There needs to be all of these factors, in my opinion, to make it worth it. If this trade, let's say there wasn't range, let's say that the next support was just like right here or something like that, like 880 or whatever. You know what? I would have added to probably 50% size. Again, like just because it's not a full size win doesn't mean it's not a good win, right? I think that a lot of people mistake that. I think a lot of times, like even let's just say 30% size. Let's say I kept my 980s average. 30% size, even if my 30% size was 1,000 shares, let's say, or it was 500 shares, let's say, and I just made $1, I'm going to take that. Who the fuck cares? It's $1 a share, right? Even on 30% size. 50% size, like again, just because you can trade 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, a million shares does not mean every trade you have to. I don't think every one of Harry's trades, Tom's trades, everything are max size because that's not realistic. You have your size you're comfortable with, you have your adding size, your starter size, everything. You need to outline that for yourself. Now, let's go over CNET. CNET is a great example of a stock that the 30% size will save you over and over. And I'll tell you, in my opinion, where I would be adding. So this was a low-hanging fruit, basically. And we kind of had this like 290s line to start. Actually, you know what? Let's skip the morning. Let's just talk about it after the move happened. So basically we topped out at $3 in the morning, right? So now stock tops out like this 9 times out of 10. Honestly, I would have taken this trade and taken a loss on it, but I was focused on FTFT. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to take this trade. So stock tops out at 3, tanks to 260. So what am I going to do? I'm going to short back 280, 293. Now, because it didn't breach VWAP, I'm still using my 30% size. Now, when the stock pops back up, let's say I'm shorting my 30% size into this bounce, right? I would end up with, a 280s average, basically with a stop over, whatever this high of day. It's 20-something cents. I'm comfortable with that. My 30% size, I'm comfortable with around 30 cents of risk. That's usually my number. I try to give 30 cents of wiggle room on my 30% size. And guess what? If I had a hard stop in, barring I don't get caught into like a big volume candle, like those hard stop candles that can happen, I would have been out of this with a minimal loss. I hope this video helps. It's not an easy thing, but I'm trying my best to help you guys understand this concept that Alex and Dr. Brett really developed, and I think it has transformed my trading for the better, and I want you guys to all have the same opportunity. Thank you guys. I will talk to you this week.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button here. We do our best to post a new video every single day. If you have any questions about MIC or any general trading questions, please text Tosh using the number here. Also, stay up to date by watching some of our most recent videos right over here.